What's going on? Mitch here from the OmniBuddy channel doing a guest overview for Organic Price Books. What are we looking at today? We're looking at one of my personal favorite creators of all time, and it's the spooky season. So let's review a spooky book. Let's look at Gideon Falls Volume 2. All right, so before we get into it, obviously it comes from Image Comics. This is Volume 2. I have a Volume 1 overview, so make sure to check that out. I'll link it in the description at the end of this video. You definitely want to read Volume 1 before you read Volume 2 because they aren't like, oh, it's kind of in the same universe or anything like that. No. It is 100% like a continuation. You cannot just jump into this one. So stop right now if you have not read Volume 1. Go watch the Volume 1 overview and then grab both of these volumes because, spoiler alert, they're great. Let's find out why. All right, so here is Gideon Falls Volume 2 Deluxe Oversized Hardcover. So Book 2, The Eater of All Things. Here is, quick look. It's got this nice spot gloss on there, super cool, creepy. Here's a shot of the spine. Definitely looks just like Gideon Falls Volume 1, only 2. And here is the back with the black barn, as it were. This does come to us from Image Comics and it retails for $39.99 USD. Obviously you can get that super cheap, much cheaper at Organic Price Books. Let's crack this open. Boom, we got some black end sheets and we have the Eater of All Things. I'll try and center this up on the camera. And it's got some really nice classic image, got that nice thick paper to it. So you're not really seeing through or anything like that. Here, let's jump to the middle real quick and show you. I stretched this once and then I read it once, and it doesn't have much of an eye hole, but it definitely, little one there, but you're not really losing much. There's really no gutter loss. Got a nice, strong, sturdy stone binding. Get that centered back up again. And then we jump right into it. So this comes to us from Jeff Lemire on story with Andrea Sorrentino on art, Dave Stewart on crazy good colors, and all the other creators in here too. And just to start things off, this definitely is, I'll reiterate, a continuation of Volume 1. If you have not read Volume 1, stop right now. Go watch my video overview of Volume 1, obviously, but then pick up Volume 1, read it, and then come and watch this. Well, pick up Volume 1 and 2, then watch this after you finish Volume 1, then go read Volume 2, or, watch them both, read them both, whatever. I don't care the order, just do it. Well, read them first, but that I care about. So definitely picks things up right where we left off. If you have forgotten what happened in Volume 1, it's a little rough. Definitely gets you back up to speed because, it has a decent stopping point at the end of Volume 1, but definitely has some stuff going on that picks up right. It just gets going right away. And I gotta say, like, some of these double wide page spreads are just crazy and just dark and creepy. But we are going right into like the smiling man thing and, let's see, that focusing. Yeah, you see how it all resonates out from the center. Forever and ever, again and again. No, so good. Amen. So creepy. The religious and supernatural aspects of this just make it all the creepier in my mind. I think those are some of the creepiest things, is when they mix like supernatural and religion and mental illness too. You mix all three of those together and you just have a concoction of terror. And that's what this is. But yeah, you really dig into the barn and just you start to really figure out like Danny and his sister and their dad's relationship. It goes so much deeper into the barn and what's happening with the building of the barn and the kind of like time travel that's going on. It just gets nuts. And then, ooh, yeah. So you got a lot of like bug vomiting going on too. So if you're not into the gross bug vomit thing, if that's like a trigger for you, happen to be a trigger for you of vomiting bugs, you're gonna have a very rough time with this book. But man, that smiling, creeping man, really rough. It actually doesn't do much with the time travel, or seem to do much with the time travel. And it kind of explains, are they traveling in time or what is actually happening? Because that's what I thought at the end of volume 1 was, oh, okay, it's time travel, which I'll just leave it at that. So very cool, very interesting stuff going on with these, Doctor Who machines. I want to call, that's kind of how I thought of it. But dang, it gets violent, it gets gruesome. Sorrentino's art is just, again, out of this world. I mean, when the like head's being blown away and like there's bugs inside of it. Oh, so gross. So absolutely gross and just terrifying. Like, look at that smile as his head's like missing. So gross. I love the chapter markers in here. Really nice stuff going out, very simple. And then when they jump between, when they jump, we'll just say that, like the color palettes change, which are super helpful to keep track of what's going on where and where you're reading. So Stuart's coloring with that. My book has I don't know what it is. This has like a big ink blotch in it. So that kind of sucked to get that, but it was kind of gross. Kind of reminded me of the bugs. So maybe it was kind of like a 4D reading experience. I don't know. Then yeah, it's like gross up here too. Looks like an ear. Anyways, so those those 2 pages were kind of messed up on my book, but that's more of a printing error than that's a printing error. So yes. Anyways, so definitely gets creepy, but it does explain exactly what's going on between all these different places that they are and all these different characters and how they all merge. Like I said before, like here's the center of the book and the like a full page spread, and you're losing a little bit of his elbow in there, but it is not bad at all. And I mean, you can turn it and see everything. There's not a lot of gutter loss even without. If I really wanted to, I could really pull on that eye hole and really try and get it to open up, but it opens up enough already with one with relaxing it once and then reading it and then jumping into it. So this is technically like my second flip through, maybe third flip through, because I did some photos of it. But yeah. Anyways, actually, I don't know if I did photos of it. I don't think I did. I'll have to do that. Anyways, it gets super creepy. I don't want to give away too much because, man, this book has some creepy stuff in it. Like, come on. It is definitely not for kids, but it is definitely for people who love the horror elements, the story and how they tie it all together. I'm trying to find one of those pages. I mean, the panel work in here, and layout and how they use like gears, and I mean, it gets bonkers and wonky. Definitely like getting through things, and there's kind of like some gene effect, like DNA helix stuff going on. I don't remember if they did it in this one or was it in the first book. There was like I think it was in this one too. They do it a couple times, but I mean, then you get stuff like this where it's just crazy cool, interesting paneling, and then the like, like the bug sounds and the like scratching, creaking, just creepy crawlies, creepy people, creepy things going on. I mean, come on, you have like newspapers on walls with things circled and bugs. Come on, like it doesn't get much worse than that. And then big smiles with red eyes. Come on. Anyways, so I'm gonna skip a bunch of this stuff because I don't want you. Oh, there's kind of like one of the helixy things. Yeah, I won't Oh yeah, and it just gets nuts with, I forgot what that painter is where it does all that like stair steps that are all intertwined and stuff. I forgot his name. But yeah, so they do some really interesting, really cool panel work in here. There's like an epilogue in here, so I won't do much of that. And then we will get into, so we got some cover art gallery here. And yeah, so we got 17B and 18B. So I think they used A, cover art A, like as the chapter markers, issue markers. So now they're showing the B's. And we get through there. Yeah, oh, Lemire's art. I love Lemire's art. So that's my one thing. Like, I love Andre Sorrentino, but oof, I also love Lemire's art. But you know what? Sorrentino's art fits this so much better than Lemire's. So I respect the man who can do the art, but knows that his art doesn't necessarily fit the story, and Sorrentino's does. And then we got the barn. So there's not really much for extras in like panel progressions or, you know, line art or anything like that. It's just cover art, and that really is it. So that's about it. Really well built book, really fun, interesting, creepy story. Gideon Falls Volume 2, The Eater of All Things. All right, so that was a quick look at Jeff Lemire and Andre Sorrentino's Gideon Falls Volume 2. Again, if you haven't, I don't know why you'd watch this video if you haven't read Volume 1, but man, these books together were so crazy. I love a good kind of psychological thriller, especially if you mix in some horror elements and some, you know, maybe like poltergeisty, spiritual, supernatural type of stuff going on. Really crazy. Sorrentino's art is just bonkers, so good. I love like his just thick, just kind of seeping black lines that he puts in his stuff. So good. I love those thick inks like that. And then just the like gross red and just thick colors just all around it. It's just so sickly looking. He does such a great job with his art. Lemire does such an amazing job weaving a crazy story, and like how they show the story, like literally weaving together on the pages. So cool. Cannot recommend these books highly enough. If you're into spooky season books, if you're into like horror, thriller, suspense, definitely check these out. These are great books, and it's 2 awesome, super readily available Image titles in these great deluxe edition formats. Cannot pass them up. So good. You can use code OmniBuddy for $2 off every order. If you use code OmniBuddy, ship it together, all one word, OmniBuddy, ship it together, all one word, and you're buying 3 or more books, you can get 5% off your entire order. So order both of these books and one other one that's in stock, and they're gonna all ship together. Pre-ordering, not so much. Don't pre-order a book and then get something in stock, because you're gonna be waiting for that pre-order to come in before your in stock actually ships. So be careful with that, but pick up these 2 books and maybe another Lemire book, because Lemire is awesome. Have yourself the time of your life. Anyways, song popped into my head and I went full ADHD singing mode. Have the time of your life with those 2 books, and toss in a third great book. Go for it. But anyways, that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notification, do all those things. But the most important thing to do is comment. Let me know what your absolute favorite spooky book is. Is it complete horror? Is it like kind of thriller sci-fi, horror sci-fi, like, you know, that sci-fi alien type thing where it's like that horror going on? Oh yeah, Alien, Event Horizon. Ooh, let me know what your favorite horror movie is. The one that just completely scared the living crap out of you. Let me know in the comments. I know that it has nothing to do with books, but you know, it's story and it's spooky season, whatever. I think the absolute like scariest thing that I saw growing up and all that, I mean, Ring was scary, Grudge, all that stuff, but like I said before, Event Horizon, dang, that scared the crap out of me. Oof. If you haven't seen that movie, definitely check it out. It is crazy. Anyways, I'll let you go. That's it. Take care. Stay cool.